like the whole world is laughing at you, like you're the butt of a cosmic joke. Well, let me tell you about a time when the laughter was deafening, aimed right at me, and then ... it just stopped. This isn't just a story about proving people wrong. It asks about what happens when you decide to listen to that quiet voice inside you instead of the loud, mocking crowd. It all started during my university's annual innovation competition. My idea was unconventional, to say the least. While everyone else was pitching slick apps and high-tech gadgets, I proposed a low-tech, community-based gardening project. The goal was to use abandoned city lots to grow fresh produce for local food banks. Simple, right? Maybe too simple. When my turn came to present, I could feel the skepticism in the room. It was palpable. A few people in the back started snickering. Then, during the Q&A, a rival team leader, a guy named Alex, who was known for his arrogance, stood up. He didn't ask a question. He just smirked and said, "So, your big innovation is dirt? Good luck disrupting the agricultural industry with that."
The room erupted in laughter. It was humiliating.
My face burned, and for a second I wanted the floor to swallow me whole. The judges looked uncomfortable, but the damage was done.
My project was dismissed as a joke. For the next few weeks, Dirt Boy became my unofficial nickname.
I'd hear whispers and chuckles as I walked through the halls.
Alex and his team would make exaggerated digging motions whenever they saw me.
They were riding high, confident their complex financial algorithm app would win, and I won't lie, it got to me. I almost believed them. I thought, maybe they're right. Maybe my idea is stupid. Maybe I'm just naive. But then something shifted. Every time I felt that sting of humiliation, a different feeling would rise up to meet it. Defiance. Why was I letting their laughter dictate my worth? My idea wasn't about getting rich or famous. It was about helping people. It was about turning neglected spaces into places of nourishment and community. So I poured all that frustration and hurt into action.
I stopped caring about the competition.
I decided to make my project a reality, with or without their approval. I spent every spare moment on the phone, sending emails, and meeting with local community leaders. I found a small, neglected lot owned by the city. I rallied volunteers from a local retirement home and a youth center. We were an unlikely crew. Teenagers who'd never held a shovel. Grandmothers with generations of gardening knowledge, and me, Dirt Boy. We cleared the rubbish, tilled the soil, and planted seeds. It was hard, dirty work. But something incredible started to happen. The space transformed. What was once an eyesore filled with trash was now neat rows of green shoots. More importantly, the people transformed. The seniors shared stories with the teens. Friendships bloomed alongside the vegetables. The lot became a hub of life and laughter, but this time it was genuine, joyful laughter. The day of the competition finals arrived. I wasn't even planning on going, but one of the grandmas from our garden, a feisty woman named Eleanor, insisted.
She said,
"You go. Show them what Dirk can do." So I went. I didn't have a slick presentation. I just had photos and a short video I'd filmed on my phone.
Alex's team went just before me. They presented their app with a flashy, jargon-filled pitch.
It That was impressive, and the judges nodded along. They got a huge round of applause. Then it was my turn.
The snickering started again as I walked up.
Alex was sitting in the front row, looking smug. I took a deep breath and began. I didn't talk about market shares or profit margins. I told the story of the lot. I showed them the before and after pictures. I showed them the faces of the volunteers.
The teenagers, the seniors, all smiling, covered in a bit of dirt.
I played the video filled with the sounds of their chatter and laughter. I ended with a photo of our first harvest. Crates overflowing with fresh tomatoes, lettuce, and carrots, ready to be delivered to the food bank. When I finished, the room was silent. Not the awkward silence from my first presentation. This was a different kind of quiet. It was thoughtful, respectful. I looked at the judges, and I saw understanding in their eyes. Then I glanced at Alex. He wasn't smirking anymore. He was just staring at the screen, at the picture of the harvest, and his face was completely blank. The laughter was gone. In its place was something that looked a lot like disbelief, and maybe, just maybe, a tiny flicker of respect. I didn't win a grand prize that day. Alex's app did, but I won something far more valuable.
As I was leaving, one of the judges, a well-known venture capitalist, stopped me.
He said my project had more heart and real-world impact than anything he'd seen all day, and he wanted to help me expand it. Today, we have 3 community gardens across the city, and we deliver hundreds of pounds of fresh produce every month. And the best part,
Some of the students who laughed at me, they volunteered now.
even Alex sent me an email a few months later, a short, one-line message. What you did was cool. Respect. So, if you ever find yourself on the receiving end of ridicule, remember tease, their laughter is just noise. It has no power over you unless you give it power. Focus on your purpose, trust in your vision, and get your hands dirty, because sometimes the most profound changes start with something as simple and humble as a patch of dirt. The laughter will eventually fade, but the impact you create will grow and last for a long, long time. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories.